He loves camping and woods. I love rope service and the beach. But there's a bond between us. That bond, I think, can be attested to by what Buckshot just said. We love to laugh. And that, we get a lot. For example, in one case, Mr. Lowell always told me that if anything ever happens around here, and you're up here, mention my name. Everything will be taken care of. Well, sure enough, Joy and I were coming back from their camp one day, and I was, shall we say, exceeding the speed limit there from the sheriff about 20 miles away, stopped me, and he started to write the ticket, and I thought, I'm going to use my Lowell trump card now. So I kind of, as subtly as I could say, gee, I'm sorry, officer, but I just kind of, was not paying attention because I was just coming back from my brother-in-law, Lowell Popkin's house. He says, you know Lowell Popkin? I says, yes, sir. You owe me another ticket. It wasn't all fun and games. He was a very good businessman. He knew how to schmooze with the customers. Excellent at what he did in terms of quality, and built a rather successful business. But he had a heck of a lot of help in his wife, Sandy. She was a power. She kept the books, sent out the invoices, chased after the deadbeats, and paid the bills, and maintained the budget. Oh, by the way, she raised 4 children, put food on the table, and kept the house clean. What a partnership those two had. If any of you had ever seen Grease, the movie or the play, you can pretty well bet that the script was probably taken from Lowell and Sandy's wedding. Oddly enough, the main character in Grease was also named Sandy. And the named male character, a gentleman by the name of Danny, that's our Lowell. And Sandy was the perfect lady and did everything right, and Lowell was the hood with the collar up and smoking the cigarettes and had the BA in the back. But what fun they must have had. Can you imagine on your honeymoon going and following Route 66 all the way from Chicago to the west coast of California in a 57 Chevy? It don't get no better than that. And that marriage lasted and had fun for 55 years. Sometimes Lowell appeared bullying, if you want to call it that. But through that hard exterior and that macho image that he was always trying to portray, I saw over the years a man of heart. My wife, before we were married, moved into a condo, and there was Lowell with his 2 sons and their trucks helping her move. And if anybody ever needed help, and I think a lot of you around here can totally attest to that, Lowell was one of the first on the scene to be there. When he and I would get serious occasionally, he listened to me hard, and he gave me some excellent advice. He's a smart man, a wise investor, sharp mind, mostly in most instances, although there are a couple of dumb things. You mentioned one of them, but talking about deer blinds, Lowell had built this deer blind that was elevated, had to be 150 feet in the air. I don't know why. And his kids affectionately called it the condo. I mean, this thing had all the trappings up on a pedestal, had the butane tanks to supply the heat, and what have you. And something, I guess he had to go back to the camp and fetch something, and he left the heater on, and his rifle in the camp, and in the blind, and came back, and this thing was evidently something had happened with the heater, and it was ablaze. And his first instinct was, I gotta go in and get my gun, my favorite gun. Well, good thing he didn't, because all of a sudden these propane tanks blew up, and there was millions of pieces of this thing flying all over the field, to say nothing of these tanks that were being blasted up in the air like torpedoes. Another dumb thing he had done. Sandy was washing dishes by her kitchen sink, looks out the window, and there's this black bear standing looking in the window right at her. What does little do? He goes in the back room, gets his rifle, and right through the window, bang, shoots the Well, that's great. The dumb thing was when he went out there to see if it was dead. And he goes out there and kicks it. Thank God, his first shot was the good shot. Because then he got back in the house and realized he didn't have any more bullets in his gun. Yeah, we laughed at that one too. Lowell's in a better place now. He's in a place where there's a 365-day deer hunting season. The rivers are flowing with absolute vodka. Where there are hundreds of miles of snowmobile trails, and thousands of miles of unexplored roads that a motor coach has never seen. This really shouldn't be a mourning of his death. It should be a celebration of his 76 years of life. Yep, I'm going to miss that stout little buzzard. It's a new life now, Lowell. So rest